Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another London live stream. Before we jump onto the charts, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing you see or hear from me is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Let's jump on to these charts. What's going on, everybody? We got NQ loaded up. Ooh, 1 second, guys. Make sure we're set here. We got NQ loaded up here on the 1 minute chart. We are looking at Project X with top 1 futures. Got a couple 50K accounts going to be not copy trading today. I usually say copy trading, but individually trading. And we are just opening up here at 3 a.m. for London. Let's see. What's up, Paul? What's going on, man? What's going on? Throw the banner up down on the bottom there. Make sure stream is rolling. We're looking good. What's up, YouTube? What's up, X? What's up, Kick? How are we doing this morning, guys? Nice. Nice. Stream looks good. Back at it again. London streams, New York streams. We're going to run it. We are going to run it. Awesome. So let's take a look at what we got coming up for news later on today. This is going to be forexfactory.com. Just taking a quick peek. See what we got coming up. Unemployment claims at 8:30. So we do have some red folder at 8:30. Could see some anticipation, some consolidation ahead of that. And not too much tomorrow for Friday. Let me go ahead and just throw this on just to see if we have anything crazy overnight for you European boys and girls. No, nothing too crazy. Cool. Hop back over. And yeah, man, I'm going to be taking a look at NQ. Scalping away on the 1 minute. Like I was talking about yesterday, my play here is going to be pretty discretionary. Pretty discretionary price action, market structure based. Looking for these smaller movements during these slower moving market times. Yeah, today I'm going to get really zoomed in. And get some price action scalping going. It's really what I'm going to be looking at. Somewhat of either a reversion style or a continuation style, just depending on what we're doing. If we are starting to consolidate and kind of chop around, it's going to be that reversion style, buying off a low, selling off a high, kind of coming back to a middle ground, maybe a volume or that area of consolidation. If we really start to break and trend, going to be that break and retest continuation style. That's going to be the play. So let's see what we got. Let's let that open up. Take a look at Bookmap in just a moment here as well. What's up, brother? 12 a.m. in Cali. Oh, you're getting ready to go to bed. What's up, dude? What's happening? Welcome to the show. I was gonna say you're a New York stream. You're a New York stream. I don't know what you're doing up. It's 3:08 a.m. almost 3:09 a.m. here, Eastern time, New York time zone. So yeah, taking a quick look at, let's throw Bookmap up on the screen. Let's get that up. Taking a quick look at Bookmap here. This is going to be ES Bookmap. If I zoom out quite a bit, you can see we got some pretty nice stacks of orders. NQ over on this side. Nothing too crazy. Down to the 80s, we got a little bit, but this looks pretty light. 70s, 80s, 60s, obvious, big round psychological numbers. Nothing insane sitting at 2,300, but there is a little bit up there if we start to pop back towards VWAP. What's back up in VWAP? 23,010. Excuse me, 23,000, not 2,300. I'm always used to ES calling out 100, not 1,000, and then some 100 number. Cool. So nothing too crazy. I watch Bookmap on the side. A little bit of order flow, a little bit of CVD, cumulative volume delta. That's usually enough to get me rolling. So let's go back over to the candlestick chart real quick. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, look to get some trades on. Again, pretty low expectations for, not low expectations, but pretty open expectations for myself and these accounts scalping here for London. I think if you haven't done something for a really long period of time in trading, you haven't built up an enormous amount really of screen time and experience, the way that I haven't watching specifically NQ, specifically at London Open, although the trading's the same, right? The tools that we use is all the same. You don't have as strong of that discretion, right? You don't have as much experience. You don't have that implicit memory built around what those candlesticks look like as they print as well as you would if you stared at this chart, let's say every single trading day for the next, 1,000 days, right? That's kind of what I've started to build on ES, really staring at that ES chart. NQ I've traded quite a while, but not specifically here for London. So anyway, open expectations, right? Not freaking out with anything. Good morning, good morning. Andrew, what's happening? Nico, what's happening? 3 a.m. here. Yeah, you guys are up for London from New York. That's funny. That's funny. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. So just watching as we start to consolidate here. I could start taking some little rangy trades. Again, these are going to be really simple scalp style trades. Nothing crazy on a stop loss. I'm going to get a little bit tighter than I did yesterday, just because that's the kind of scalp style I'd like to go for. Quick stop loss, quick take profit, not in trades for very long, and it's going to be a little bit heavier size to do that and a little bit more zoomed in. So let's see what happens as we kind of consolidate in this little 13.5 point range here on NQ. Let's take a look. See if we want to start trading a range here. As we let that kind of open up, we can see what we did yesterday. Insane, huge drive to the upside. This is for New York session, and then sell off, some consolidation, and then pop back up. Not a whole lot on that 2 p.m. news yesterday. We had FOMC meeting minutes. We didn't really do anything too crazy, kind of just drifted back up. Put this Asia high in. I have these labeled as overnight high and low, but it's still overnight really. So this is just Asia high and low. Right off of the open, and then what area we put in before London open, which we are opening up right now. Yesterday's high and then yesterday's low down here. So the overnight session from yesterday, if we take a look at it, looking at like 3 a.m. just to kind of get a feel, we really did drive higher. We kind of chopped back and forth here for a little bit. This was most of the session that I was trading. And then 5 o'clock we popped. Taking a look at the prior day. Where's our 3 a.m.? Right over here, yeah, kind of this back and forth movement. Nothing too crazy. Haven't been getting anything insane out of London the last few days. Definitely prior weeks we've had some big movements during London. So I'm gonna play to that. All right, I'm gonna play to that first. Not looking for anything insane to start to happen just yet, but I could see a potential long and a little pop back above here. If we dip down a little bit lower, I might look for a long. If we pop up, we might look for a short. I'm going to look for a little range play here to start the day. I like a long back towards VWAP, but I would need a nice entry outside of this little area of consolidation, kind of a rangy play. Get warmed up. That's going to be my opening trade if we could find that we don't just sit in the middle of this zone. And got a 3-pack of these accounts, risking like $500 per account on the high end. That's kind of my play. If I end up down $500, $600 across each one of these accounts, that's going to probably be the high end of risk. In between there, scalping for a couple $100, just kind of taking what the market gives you, seeing what we can do. We need to wake up Trump from a nap and tweet, oh man, no, no more of that. We've had just such wild headline markets. MNQ just wiped at me out. Eval though. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, and NQ can be tough. Eval not that bad. Not that bad. See if we get a little bit of a dip down here. Get away to structure risk. There we go. A little bit more. A little bit more.
Order filled.
I'm taking a buy on this one, guys. Taking a buy on this one. Get warmed up. I got to take profits somewhere way up there. But I'm going to look to play this range. Look to buy off this low. See if we can't get a little scalpy movement coming back up. If we have to come down and sweep this low, I'm okay with that. But I'm going to look long back towards this 2300 level. See if we can't get a little pop up here. This is pretty light on risk, so I might actually add in. Let's see what bookmap's looking like. Might actually add in if we start to pop to the upside. Yeah, we got a little bit of liquidity at the 80s. A little bit of liquidity at the 80s. Ooh, got some buyers stepping in on that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Order filled.
There we go. Grabbed a little $100 on that one. Not in heavy enough. Again, just playing off of this range, bought off the lows, sold off the highs. I started with one contract, just kind of getting a feel for this volatility today, which is pretty slow, right? This is a 50 tick range here on NQ. Like, that's not a lot. Probably could be in to 2 to 3 minis, but I try to stay cautious as we get started here on NQ. You know, marketing in with multiple minis is just just a little bit heavy for most days. But here for London, you know, we got plenty of room. So that's trade number one to get started. Just getting warmed up, right? Gonna take quite a few trades, right? Scalping on NQ, nothing too crazy. We'll see if this thing might break. Another option is if I was long from down here, with multiple contracts, right? You can kind of start to limit out. So maybe instead of being stop loss way down here the way I was, I'm like right here. And then what I have is a take profit one over here, right? You can limit out of one right here where we just did towards the top end of this consolidation. Because if we're just going to range, you take a little bit of profit here, and then you go, you know, limit out number two over here, maybe the 2300. So let's see if we just form this tight range here, or we actually start to break to the upside. Let's see. Price looks like a heartbeat machine that scribbles the lines. Yeah, news didn't make any impact. Let's see. I gotta get some background music going here. Wake myself up for day 2 of London. Here we go to crack out of this area consolidation. We go and hit the 2300s. I might look short. I look short back into this area.
Order filled.
I'm going to short this pop up here, guys. That's going to be my game plan real quick. Limited in with 2. Getting a little bit, marketing in with 2. Getting a little bit heavier. Looking to short a pop back down towards this area consolidation. Nothing too crazy. Stop loss somewhat wide on this one, just in case we start to drive. But I'm going to fade this pop to the upside, sweeping up to this area consolidation, coming outside of this area of volume. See if we can't get a little crack right back into this area of consolidation. Something like that would play kind of nice with me. Something right to that top area. Just in case we sell off super harshly, we'll go with a take profit somewhere down here. I'm going to fade that little pop to the upside. We drive higher. I'm going to take a stop on this one. Swap an account and keep the show rolling. You know what we got to set up on here? We've got to set up some hotkeys. Definitely got to set up some hotkeys. Getting a little bit of that break towards VWAP. Didn't wick right back in. We started to right here. I would have liked to retest right down into this area for 6-7 points, 30-ish ticks, but we're getting the continuation on this one, breaking to the upside. Let's see if we get a bounce around VWAP. A little bit at these 23,010s. Let's see. Little push out of ES. Yeah, we got some liquidity above on ES as well. We might start driving a little bit higher. Let's see. Yeah, my stop of being above VWAP. I gotta let this one go. I would clip some of these early in for a trade that's not working, but this one being right above VWAP, I'm thinking we may have some sellers here, so I'm gonna trust the stop on this one. On another trade, I'm definitely clipping at 200, $300 in drawdown. This is kind of the wide stop just to get started with $500. But VWAP being right here, I don't want to clip it up here. Stops got to be outside of that. Allow for a little bit of room because I think we can get a nice reversion unless we are going to start to really just drive higher on this. Just zooming out, taking a look pretty wide. Yeah, watching bookmap over on the side. Can we get some sellers to step in here? Wouldn't be bad. Got some buyers here. Let's see. Let's see if we get a drop back down to that 2300, 23,000, 2300. I gotta stop saying that. 22,995 area. We do have some buying volume here. I'm gonna leave this one on for now. I like this back down into consolidation, but I may have to take a quick stop on this on a pop above VWAP. Here we go, back up to VWAP again. Yeah, not getting the turnaround on this one. Dang, that looks like we're gonna get a drive higher. Let's see. Again, gonna trust the stop on this one. We're gonna push. If we push above, we push above. Stops where it needs to be. We get a reaction off of VWAP. This is where it's gonna happen. So stop could be super wide, like way above this level of structure, but this is enough for this one. I like this thing back down in. I don't know that I'd hold all the way back down here, but I'm gonna leave this risk on. You know, end up $400 down, 300 some odd bucks down if we take a quick stop on this one. Again, got a couple accounts, not copy trading, right? Giving myself some more room to play around and get warmed up here. Scalping NQ. So I'll leave this one on for now. See if we can't get a little reaction off of VWAP up here. And in the meantime, well, I gotta watch it because if we start to sell, I want to be ready for it. But I want to check out hotkeys. I don't know if you guys have ever set up hotkeys on Project X, but pretty sweet for scalping. What do we got today, NQ? Let's see. Again, if we drive higher, from up here, I'm just straight up on the wrong side of this. That's just the play. All right, while we let this thing do whatever it's going to do. Hotkeys. I'm going to go ahead and set my hotkeys up here on Project X. And I had a little bit of a template. So I want to take a quick peek at what we're doing. So what this does, guys, is you get to select, this is the hotkey section on Project X. You get to select a button on your keyboard for specific actions. So buy market, sell market, join bid, join ask. Can be helpful if you are going for kind of quicker movements and you want to have something on your keyboard that can quickly get you in and out of a trade, can set you to break even. So this is going to be my setup. I had this, I think, from Project. Yeah, I had this from Top Step. Essentially, just over on the left-hand side, kind of like the gamer controls: buy market, sell market, join bid, join ask, and then flatten all, just straight up like close everything, and then break even. I don't really need to cancel all because I usually don't have a whole bunch of things out. I would just hit flatten all. Close position, kind of same thing. I would just be flattening all. Reverse position, I'm not going to use that. I don't ever reverse my position by hitting that button. And then some other things over here. The contract size being up and down, that can be kind of cool, but I think that can just be confusing. I'd rather have to click the button on that. Center on last price is interesting, but I have you can do like option R for kind of setting some different stuff up. But actually, I don't even know if that's on the DOM. That might be like a DOM setting. So anyway, these are hotkeys. And then you come back over here and if you want to enable them, if you want to enable hotkeys, you have to come up here and actually click that bad boy right there. And now the hotkeys are actually live. I'm going to keep them off for a minute until we get out of this, and then I'll play with it. Actually, you know what? I'll keep it ready because I'll test it. I'll throw a join bid on here. Do I have 2 contracts? No, I'll throw a join bid on here for 2 whenever we come down into this area, and I'll kind of test it that way. So if we start to sell off, rather than like having to hit buy market or move a stop loss really quickly, if I want to like limit out with a join bid right on the way down, or maybe a join ask, if we start to pop back up to this area, I can do that with a hotkey. You got to be careful though, because you can definitely fat finger it now if you are using hotkeys and you're not comfortable with it, or you're not really remembering what you set your stuff up as. You can definitely get yourself into trouble doing that. So you definitely got to be careful as well. You also have to be on the screen. So like, let's say I click over here and then I go to like hit the join bid or join ask, nothing might happen, right? So there is another note there that you actually have to have the window selected that you're looking to trade on with one of these. So let me just see if I actually set this the correct way. Make sure it all set, because now I have my other one set up. I have my other deal on the side. Okay, Q, W for buy market, sell market, join bid, join ask. Z for yeah, I just want to make it important to make sure also you got your controls in the right area, right? Because if you have something backwards or the wrong way, it's definitely going to be a fat finger, but this will be cool. We'll test that today. Nothing for reverse position. Yeah, join ask is S. Sorry, just doing a little setup here, but a cool tool from Project X. Seems to function pretty well. Double checking this against yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Cool. This trade doesn't look too good though. Drifting back up here. Unfortunately, didn't get the wick lower. I think on another morning we do get a nice wick lower right back down in here. Give me a way to grab onto some profit. Maybe we don't come all the way back into consolidation, but we don't just come right to VWAP and then trade right through. Today we might do that. Again, I'm going to leave this one on with the stop where it is, at least for now. I think if we do wick higher, we could get one more wick and that could just come take me out. I've only got 3 points above price, above this wick up here. What's up, guys? What's happening? Welcome to the show, chat. Again, we kind of wick down in here. I'm gonna test my little hotkey. Kind of watch how this thing starts to go. I'm going to test that hotkey by smashing the A button, which is going to be join bid for 2, and get myself out with a limit buy. We are consolidating up here. This is a little choppy. This would have been a nice little range to start trading. Now I'm trading for a breakout of this range, which I don't love. But I'm going to hang on to this since we've been onto it for so long. A wick higher could be a problem, though, before we come lower. Let's see what bookmap. Yeah, we got a growing CVD on NQ. ES is kind of chopping around, not really doing anything either. I'm going to leave this one on for now. If we wick lower and I close out here for $100, I'm going to be annoyed. So I'd rather take the $500 stop out on the way to just holding this thing back down in. Take the stop out. I'm swapping account. See if we can't get some motion on the next one. That's going to be my play. Plus, I want to test this this hotkey that I just got set up, and I would prefer to only do it on the way back down with a join bid. I want to see how quickly that happens. Chop Chop City, man. Yeah. London, right? We could kind of get that sometimes for London. Get that choppy motion. Good night, brother. See you during the NYSE. Yep, I'll be live again, guys. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Let me throw that banner up. 9:30 a.m. Eastern as well. 9:30 a.m. Eastern every damn day, trading for NYSE session. Getting a little bit of London sessions in here with you guys, which is fun. That's going to be the play. I don't know how I'll be able to sustain this, but I'm going to do a few of them. See what we can do. Yeah, not getting that sell-off. Yeah, here comes the pop now. Test the VWAP again. Let's see. We're just gonna start driving higher here on NQ, maybe. Yeah, looks like it. That's the last ditch for a reaction here. Obviously, my stop being at the 314.25. A little bit of a wick higher. I'm getting taken out on this one. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Man, ES with a dropping CVD. I think this thing comes back in. I just think my stop's not going to be wide enough to survive it, but didn't get the reaction off the top of this range, right? My trade's just wrong, so my stop's where it needs to be.
Order filled.
There it is. Unfortunately, a stop on that one. Little W warming up. Little L. I think we might come back in on this, so I'm not convinced that this is a straight up blast off to the moon, but so far dead wrong on that one. So let's get the swap over action rolling. Again, I got a 3-pack of I'll show this tab for now. Got a 3-pack of these 50K accounts getting ready to roll. Dedicated straight for this session. There we go. Fresh one loaded up. First one near about the risk that I want to have on before we swap over. Let's see what happens up here. Let's see if I just take the frustrating stop out and then we immediately reverse. Oh, I think I might. But as I was just showing on that one, we got giveaways. Every single week, 50K account giveaways here on the live streams. Along with that, If you guys are trading prop firms, you want to check out the one that I'm trading with right here. Top One Futures, 55% off their uh, straight to sim funded pro accounts and elite challenges. That's good until tomorrow. It's almost over. This is their 4th of July sale, 55% off. Code RDF, better than what's in the email, better than what's on the website, better than anywhere else you find. And 35% off the standard instant funded stuff. Link is in the chat. I'll throw it in the chat for that one. So small W, small L, down a little over 400, or down right around 400. That's going to be the start of the session. You throw this bad boy in there. James, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? Oh, I'm waking up, streaming with your people on your side of the world. I've been getting some London streams in, man. A couple of the 3 a.m. opens. Scalping NQ over here. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for hopping in, though. Nika, check them out. Yeah, absolutely. I think they're a good opportunity. Def going down soon. Not yet. Not yet. You're a stream machine for sure. Been doing real good trading MES in the AM for NQ and MNQ for London. Yep. I can't say I've been doing real good yet, but we're gonna see what we can make happen. All right, let's test out the hotkeys, guys. That's gonna be my game plan. Let's test out the hotkeys. I'm gonna see if we can't get a little bit more of a pop up. We do have liquidity all the way up to like the 25, so be a little cautious there. But I think we get at least another wick down back here to the 2300. Let's see if we start to get a little bit of this pop to the upside. But I don't trust this move up just in a kind of a straight shot with a little bit of consolidation. This one, unfortunately, took the stop out. I think at another day we wick back down here pretty quick after making this move. I think we're going to wick down here soon, which is why I'd like to get short again on it. Otherwise, I think we come all the way up to the like the 35s. So let's test this bad boy. There's our limit. Let me see a cancel. There's cancel. Okay. I'm not gonna smash the buy button, but if I mark it in,
order filled.
Ooh, yeah, there's my market in. So, well, we're in a short now. that was me testing the market sell button, but obviously we are into the short. If I go ahead, yeah, I'm gonna test this. If I go ahead and throw a limit buy in, it'll be my A key. If I set my market in, it would be my Q key. So we got hotkeys set up. Gonna be trading like madmen over here. But I'm in short again for the time being. You on South African time? Yeah, yeah. Loving the Euro trade time. 5 p.m. in Melbourne. Yeah, yep. Trading for London Open here. Scalping on NQ again. Just having some fun. Really getting started on this, right, guys? I think if you don't trade something day in and day out, a specific instrument or a time of day, you got to be cautious with, how much risk you're looking to put on. So I got a 3-pack of 50Ks, just regular instant funded 50Ks that I'm going to be trading live with you guys on here that I'm really just dedicating to trading London session, right? If it goes well, it goes well. If it goes poorly, we reset. That's going to be my play here. But you can make quite a bit scalping the hell out of NQ. You can also lose quite a bit. But for me, I'd like to watch it, and I'd like to stream with you guys on the other side of the world. Yeah, we got a bunch of people hopping on. What's up? Appreciate you guys hopping on. Welcome to the show. Smash like, smash subscribe if you find this valuable, or if you think I'm a regular idiot and you want to support the channel, you can also hit subscribe or like. Let's see. Do we start to drive higher for London? We don't come back here at all. 15-minute looking bullish. 3:47 a.m. I'm looking for a wick lower on this. I think we could pop right back up here. Right, this would be the next area, all the way up to this area. 23,050s. If we start to really drive higher, turn this into a really bullish session where we just start to take off after selling off through Asia. But I'm gonna short this bad boy one more time, at least for now. See what this price action's got for me. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh man, wake myself here. Wake myself up. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Yeah, rest of this week should be interesting. Rest of this week for New York session should be interesting. 8:30 a.m. today. That could start to kick things into gear. We could start to get a little motion out of these markets. It's been a little bit choppy. Yesterday was just a wild move. Yesterday was an absolutely wild move. Just drive off the open and then reversion all the way back down in and then drift higher. Yesterday was definitely an interesting one for sure. Ended up green for New York session. 2 trades, took a short and then a long. Both of them paid. Nothing crazy. Both of them actually would have been a lot nicer had I just let them run and not drag stops so damn tight. So that was my note for yesterday for NYSE session. But interesting action from yesterday. Just a huge, you can see it on NQ. Just a huge drive off the open, right? Like this is, there's 9:30. Yeah, this is 9:30. Just continual drive right up, opening up, driving 530 ticks higher on NQ, and then immediate sell back off down below the open, and then NQ kind of just chopped. ES, yeah, ES drifted much higher, right? ES really pushed back up. NQ didn't. That's kind of interesting actually to watch. And ES pushed all the way back up around that high. NQ, conversely, did not. Yeah, not that far off. Not that far off. Let's look at the daily real quick for both of these bad boys, just out of curiosity. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. They're pretty dang highly correlated, especially here for overnight session. But interesting setup the way that ES pulled back. As we watch this trade come back towards entry, do we get a little bit of selling pressure here? Or are we just gonna straight up drive higher, flip this candle, and like push towards all-time highs? Like, is that gonna be the play here? It can be. I was going for a little bit of a reversion on this bad boy. Let's see. Back down towards VWAP. We're just going to break and retest and then push to the upside. Got a little bit down here, all the way down to the 995s. I wouldn't mind a really aggressive wick down back into this area of high volume, but we might not do it. Might just have to retest VWAP and we're going to climb here. But I think we come back down on this. I said I was going to get more zoomed in, and this is not really zoomed in. this is pretty wide. 100 tick stops, 120 tick. That's my bracket that I'm opening with. So maybe I take a stop or a win on this one. We kind of see how this one plays, and I'd like to get more zoomed in, right? Like really looking for, if we're getting long off of this, we're looking for a wick above this candle. We get much tighter. Look for quick movements like this, right? Quick take profits, quick stop outs, a whole lot less risk on that type of deal. But since I'm in this bad boy, I want to hang on to it. See if we can't get a wick down here. Yeah, that might be the play. Like just back towards these highs, back down to the middle ground of this, rather than all the way down here. I think that's probably where I would look for a close. We just continue to drive higher again. Would be wrong on this one, but I'm going to see if we can't grab a little bit of profit on this and maybe get a little more zoomed in, like I'm attempting to do. I have to challenge myself here. Oh, still driving higher here on NQ. Interesting. ES has got a continually declining cumulative volume delta. That would indicate some selling pressure, but haven't watched CVD long enough here for London session, so I wonder how it really reacts. I wonder how price reacts to that, if it's as strong as it is or it has been in New York session. NQ's kind of got the opposite, just a couple hundred positive, 496 positive from the time that I started this. But we got liquidity back down to that 996.5 area. Got it up to the 30s, so we might have to wick up here one more time. Or we're just going to continue this trend to the upside, and I'm fading the trend to the upside. Giving up on London session, mostly low volume, late London into NY is best. Yeah, London session's slow, man. Really slow. Excuse my leg. Excuse my stretching. Ugh. London session's pretty damn slow here, but I'm gonna keep waking up, hanging out with you guys, see if we can't get some motion on it. But so far, not too hot. Let's see. I'm gonna see how this one ends up. It's still early, 3:57. Like I said, I got 3 accounts to be trading here individually, not copy trading them. So fairly low risk considering. There's some fresh 50Ks, but we'll see. We'll see how we do. So far, yeah, pretty low volume, right? Low volatility, nothing too crazy. Slow moving market. But if you guys are hanging out with me, I appreciate you being on here. Middle of the night for me, maybe it's the middle of the day for you, which is why I like doing these. If you want to come and hang in a 100% free trading Discord, not a VIP feeder program, no course, nothing that I do all that for free, right? Do all that for free here. Try to give you all the sauce, let you know what my trading looks like. Give you as much as I can. Hanging out with you guys live here for London and then live for New York. We got almost 2,000 members in there. Be more than happy to have you in there. That one is link in the chat. I'm gonna throw that link in without getting too distracted as I'm watching this trade just drift higher. Throw that link in for X as well. Damn, where's my link? Where's my link? Let's see what we got. There we go. Oh, that's not even the right link. Well, there's the there's the top one futures link. Hang on. StreamYard's annoying with this, man. StreamYard's great, but cool for streaming across platforms. But it'd be cool if I could comment to if I could chat to Twitter without it making me actually physically do it myself. There we go. Now we got the 100% free trading Discord in X. Nice. Nice. Oh, this thing not coming back down, huh? Not coming back through VWAP, man. Just holding this structure. Jeez. NQ. Yeah, I was looking for the quick reversion on this, man. Fading this move to the upside, but we just got strong uptrend structure on this, unfortunately. I'm caught fading this one again when smashing the buy button would have been paying. Consolidation. Took the buy out of this one. Just a quick small one. That was first quick W. Again, limited in with one. Not a whole lot of risk. That one could have been something nice. Just catching a quick move to the upside. Took it short off of a sweep of these highs. Just looking for a reversion back in. off of VWAP, allowed it to hang out up here. Stop loss was up here. Looking for it to come back down into this range, but I'm playing this thing a little bit wider than I'd like to, honestly. I'm going to tighten up based on this next either selling back off since I've held it this long. I'd like to see it come back down in here, wick maybe down to like the 22,995s, but I don't know if we get that movement. Just slow kind of grind to the upside here on low volume. So I'm going to let this one play out, take my take profit, take my stop loss, take whatever I get. We're coming into some liquidity right here at the 25s. We got it up to the 30s. My stop loss is past that by a couple points, by 8 points. So we'll see if we get a reaction up here off the 30s, if that's all we have to grab. Coming back above this high, out of this area of high volume, or if we're going to come all the way through up through the 40s, and I'm just completely on the wrong side of this market today. And have to take 2 nice size stops and then start it up on account number 3. But that's part of it, man. Part of trading. But I'm going to let this one play for now. And then after this, that's going to be my game plan. Much, much tighter. I said that a couple times, but I'm going to try to get much tighter, get a little bit of scalping action on tighter price action movements. Because these longer ones are just a little bit tiring here for London session. Price is just too slow moving, way too slow moving. 6 p.m. in Melbourne. What's up? Be awesome. Do you use Bookmap through, I think that's Thinkorswim TOS, or directly through them? I was thinking about trying it with their sale. Yeah, so I use Bookmap directly through Bookmap. Let me go ahead and show you that. So that's my face. This is Bookmap. This is the Bookmap platform. I have a subscription through Global Plus, with Global Plus. That's the name of this. And essentially you get the whole platform, right? The software, and then you pay for data as well. You pay for level 2 data. You can get it from a number of different suppliers. This is Bookmap data, directly through them, level 2 data, which seems to work pretty well for my purpose, which is not actually trading on Bookmap, but just utilizing it for order flow, being able to read the DOM, be able to read depth of market. Here it is on NQ. And I'll throw the link for Bookmap because I'm partnered and affiliated with Top 1 Futures, partnered and affiliated with Bookmap. Important to note that can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do, but I love Bookmap. I find it very helpful. And if you want to check it out, there's going to be the link, and there's 2 codes. I'm going to throw both of these in here. Let me see if I can find them. They're like super duper long codes, but they provide an additional discount past the standard stuff, past their regular 4th of July sale. So if you want to check it out, I'll find it for you. Yeah, Bookmap's sweet. Bookmap's pretty sweet. All right, so this are the 2 codes. One of them is for, I think it's 60% off. So it's 50% off plus 10, 3 months of Global Plus, and 50% off plus 10 of 3 months of data. You can get a Bookmap, like single CME style data, for very cheap if you want to just test it. And Bookmap doesn't usually run deals like this. Obviously, Top 1 Futures, a lot of the prop firms, they run a lot of different stuff. Bookmap really doesn't run a whole bunch of deals. So this one's pretty sweet. And then they have just 40% off of annual Global Plus. You can get away with Global if you wanted to. The Global Plus just has a little bit more, but they're like 2, oh, damn it. All right, it put it like in a weird way. Hang on. I'll redo that. Okay, that's 1. Let me try to get rid of that so I don't make a mess of the chat. That's 1, and this is 2. Boom. Yeah, so it's like 60% off and then 40% off. Bookmap's pretty sweet. Again, I don't think you need to use Bookmap. I don't think you need to use a DOM. I don't think you need to use anything. I certainly don't think Bookmap's magic. I don't think it's the end all be all. Ooh, got some selling volume here on this one. A little bit of a wick down. Nice. I'm still in short. But it's pretty sweet. You can see areas of liquidity, right? You can see what happens when we get there. Oftentimes they are at big round psychological numbers. They're at other areas in your candlestick chart that you might note out and utilize. But I do find it helpful, especially for NYSE session on ES. I find it very, very helpful. And something that I've paid more attention to recently is all the way down here, this cumulative volume delta. You don't need Bookmap really for any of this. You can use a traditional depth of market on whatever your trading platform is. You can get delta from another platform as well. You can use level 2 data. Bookmap's cool piece is the heat map, right? Just displays that depth of market in a really nice, easy to read, at least from my humble opinion. Some people say it's not easy to read, it's not clean. Displays that heat map in a nice way, where you really get standout levels of liquidity on the book that you can watch what happens when price comes up into them, watch volume fill, watch them get moved around. But Bookmap is sweet. So link in the chat if you want to check out Bookmap. Let me throw that banner up there. Link in the chat if you want to check out Bookmap. Again, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which is always important to note. And I think if everybody would just said that and was transparent about that, the world would be a lot easier place to understand. But yeah, I use it in a really simple way. There's so much advanced stuff you can do with Bookmap. This is almost just the basic settings. Heat map in the middle with pretty standard settings. Price levels, quantity of orders on the book. 2 different volume profiles, which I really don't utilize over here. And then CVD down in the bottom, cumulative volume delta, which I'm paying more and more attention to. Again, it looks much different for NYSE session. This definitely looks different, especially on NQ for London. Like very light amount of orders in the book. Nothing really stand out. ES still has some standout stuff. We'll see what happens as we come right into this. Do buyers just lift this higher, or are we actually going to react and maybe start to sell off here? NQ looking like it wants to dip. Yeah, I'm looking at the 2300s down here for a potential take profit if we sell off on this. Otherwise, we're just going to hold this structure. I'm looking for this thing to break to the downside and kind of drift back down lower around VWAP. But we can watch Bookmap. Go watch Bookmap for now. When's the giveaway? Train with you guys are coming on to the London session. What's up, bro? Welcome back to the show. We might have one later today. I'm not sure. We might have one later today for NYSE session. If you guys don't know, I do giveaways on the stream. 50K straight to funded account giveaways on stream. What's up from NZ? What's going on, Raj? What's happening? Appreciate you guys hopping on. See if we can't get some motion here, man. Got a bunch of people on. I appreciate you guys. Again, if you don't know me, I try to repeat this often on stream. Been in the market for about 6 years. I've been putting out content, trading live for a little over a year. I definitely don't claim to be the best trader in the world. I don't claim to know it all. If you're looking for a magic strategy or for someone to tell you, I'm the best ever and I have it all figured out and I never make mistakes. And all you have to do is do this and you'll be profitable in 3 months. You're probably on the wrong stream. I think I got some juice, taking quite a few payouts. I came from trading, decent sized live accounts where I gained some consistency, but I don't have to tell you that because I trade live, showing executions, wins, losses, everything 100% free. All my live sessions stay up. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of live trading across multiple platforms now, but on YouTube. So you can watch how I trade, my results, wins, losses, break evens, run ups, drawdown, everything in real time, 100% free, no paywall. So yeah, that's the way I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to try to prove anything. You just get to decide for yourself, which is a fun way to do it. Along with that, I run the 100% free trading Discord, but no course, no VIP. I yap about companies that I use myself, stuff that I'm partnered with, like Bookmap, that I stand to make money from. But you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You can hit like, you can hit subscribe, you can hang out free all you want. You can win a 50K instant funded account that I'm giving away multiple per week without doing anything. But that's up to you. But as a whole, I appreciate everybody that hops on, that watches my stuff, that hangs out, that joins the community, because it's awesome to have a community with almost 2,000 members. We had 1,960 members yesterday in the Discord community. I'm crazy, dude. Crazy. I was in there with like 5 people when we first started, 10 people, you know? So it's sick to have so many people join. Ton of long form videos, bunch of stuff on YouTube, tutorials for Project X, yapping about prop firms, yapping about my own trading. I give you guys a whole bunch of other clipped up stuff and just individual reels and stuff on IG. X, I usually don't do too much. I've just been streaming live there as well. For you boys on X that are watching, we got almost 76 people on there right now. I think X is a pretty negative place, unfortunately. It's like literally and like physically and everything. It's a very, very negative spot. But I can stream from wherever I want from StreamYard, so I'll give you guys the stream on X for a while. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Got to make sure I tune in. Yeah. We're not here for the trading. We're here to see your face. Train with, is it Luan? Probably Luan is how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. Oh, let's see what we could do. Let's see what we could do for this damn trade, man. I'm getting ready to just clip this one so I can get a little bit more aggressive, but we kind of started to stall out on this uptrend, but literally just hitting the buy button, the opposite of what I did, would have played pretty nicely today. It's just slow drift higher. ES started to come up into some liquidity here. Maybe wants to dip down. We don't have a lot of buyers by way of this volume, right? Just kind of drifting lower. NQ, we don't have a lot above unless we want to rocket to the 23,050s. So I do like this back down to the 23,000 even, maybe the 22,995s, back down towards that area consolidation. But after I get out of this one for a win or a loss, I'm gonna look to get a little bit more scalpy, because these trades are just slow, man. They take forever to play out. It's just very, very slow moving. Trintas Trading, what's up, brother? Do you use NinjaTrader at all? I don't. I've used Tradeovate in the past, but for my live account setup, personal brokerage now, I am using MotiveWave. For a couple reasons, and it's pretty sweet. I'm definitely not super comfortable on it yet, but I really do like that platform. I think it's pretty underrated. You don't hear so many people trade on it. Been around for a long time. It's got a lot of advanced tools, like advanced order flow and charting stuff. There's a whole lot of Elliott Wave stuff. That's kind of what they were built on, but it's a Mac native, so iOS native platform. They also have a mobile app which syncs, which is what was important for me. I wanted both of those things. They also have automated trade management. So for trades that I have running, I like to use an auto break even plus an offset. So as price essentially moves into profit, if it moves into profit, just go take an L. You can set a parameter that at a specific amount of ticks in profit, stop loss will snap past break even. And that can be helpful in fast moving markets, just in general to manage trades. If you don't want to just go to break even, you can go break even plus an offset, which is what I like to do, trailing on accounts that I'm attempting to trade with intraday trailing drawdown, stuff like that. But yeah, outside of that, getting comfortable with that. You into cars? You too? Now we're not talking about trading. Into cars? You too mature for that? No. So I grew up racing motocross. Was born and raised racing motocross, and then I ended up working for a racing fuel company. That was my last career. One of the largest racing fuel suppliers in the U.S. And I was managing the office that handled distribution to Florida, South America, the Caribbean, Latin America, and I was around, in and around a lot of nice fast cars, expensive fast cars. Really everything from street cars to drift cars to all the way up to like the prototype stuff for IMSA racing, Porsche Cup. Um, but I've been at too many racetracks and I've seen too many cars to really just be enthusiastic about them anymore. The bad part about working for a racing fuel distributor in an area where there's the highest per capita amount of supercars and exotic cars, and to be at a racetrack all the time, is you kind of see it all, which is really exciting and cool for a long period of time. Um, but then you kind of just get numb to like really, really, really nice cars, despite not owning a whole bunch of cool stuff. Um, but yeah, cars are cool. It's not really my end all be all. Um, was around a lot of cool stuff in the racing world for a long period of time. Popping higher here, yeah. Just not playing nice with me here today on NQ. But I was posting on IG. I was sharing some more just regular personal life stuff, and I asked everybody what they wanted to see, and fast cars was next. So I did a whole bunch of tournament paintball posts, threw some stuff up from a past life where I was playing paintball. But I'll throw a whole bunch of pictures of some dope cars up there. I got some really cool stuff, pictures of really really cool stuff that you don't ever really see, not just your regular Lambo or Corvette. But if I was gonna get something, I'd probably get an M3 or M4 competition coupe. I was just driving one of those a couple months ago. They're really sweet, really really sweet. I wouldn't mind one of those. Not to sound like a conceited ass, but I definitely wouldn't mind a BMW M4 competition coupe. Wouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, I'm caught in another short on this, guys. Just slow grind higher. 10 points off of my entry. Gonna see if we can't get a turn back down on this thing, but I'm tempted to close this bad boy out and just start scalping away a little bit more aggressively. Is this a chart or it's lagging? No, this is bookmap, guys. This is an order flow tool, order flow software. I don't know if it looks like it's lagging on your end, but like right now, for example, we're trading the 23, oh, excuse me, 26 and a half. Yeah, 26.5 right now, 26.75, 27. And that's about lined up with what I could see on Project X um, as far as price as it's printing right here. So I don't think we have too much lag rolling on this. The only thing lagging is me hitting the buy button today. That's the only thing lagging. This is ES. Again, wanted to see if we were going to come into a little bit of liquidity and start to sell off on these bad boys, go and hang out back down around VWAP. But we're getting a big push to the upside, a decent push to the upside. Just a slow grind, really off the open, man, for both of these. Oh, NQ. finally going to go and fill this this 6,300 area here on ES. That's what it looks like. We grabbed the 23,030s. There ain't much above until the 50s. Do we have to continue to drift higher here? Is that all we're going to do into that late London? Cool, man. Sorry for the non-trader. No, it's all good. All good. I get asked some dumb stuff, and some of the dumb stuff I just ignore or just delete and ban the people if they're, if they're just trolling or doing too much just too much BS. But no worries. Yeah, man, just slow grind higher. I was looking for this to chop. I was looking for some reversion style plays here, and just on the wrong side of a slowly grinding to the upside market. That's how I'm reading this. That is how I'm reading this. Just a low volume push, right? Just a low volume drift to the upside. Yep. Yep. There's the high volume crack to the upside to take me out of that one. Wow, I actually got some positive slippage on that one. It only took me out for 437. That was interesting. Nice crack up here at 4:24 a.m. Aggressive push through to the 40s here. That took me out of my short. One more account to be trading today. We'll see if it's just going to be a straight red for me. But really aggressive pop to the upside on that one. Again, got some positive slippage. Can't complain to get about some positive slippage for $75. Almost a fifth of what my trade was. So no complaints there. But aggressive pop to the upside. A lot of volume. You can see the big jump in cumulative volume delta down here on the bottom. ES got a little bit as well. Not nearly as much as NQ. Big pop. Who pays attention to news and can tell me what that one was? Let's see. Oh. 1W, 2 L's. That's what I'm out for this morning. Larger size L's than the small W, unfortunately. Let's pull back over to the main candlestick chart. Wow, yeah. Wow is right, my friend. Yeah, so I think anything following up that I'm going to look for on this, I'm just going to go much tighter, much more aggressive, tighter stop, tighter take profit. Take some trades that play out a lot quicker. I think something I'm learning very quickly here for London is that this market moves very slowly, very, very slowly. I'm going to want to play this a whole lot tighter, much more price action candlestick style scalping. Still using volume and order flow, but this market just takes way too long to play out with these slow moving movements. Outside of a nice pop to the upside like that, but I'm gonna go for some quicker price action style scalping here. So it was long and two shorts. Long paid. Obviously, two shorts did not pay. Let's see what we can make happen as we come into this 5 a.m. time frame. 4:27 a.m. Eastern right now. That's what I got. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, be back at it for New York session. I'll throw this up, give you guys the quick heads up. 50K account giveaways every week on my stream, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 100% free. No pressure, but if you guys want a chance to win a 50K account, multiple 50K accounts a week, I think my stream is the best odds to do that. Why? It's not that many people on. I usually get maybe across everybody that hops on. Right now, it looks like we got 80 on X, 40 on YouTube, 42, 38, something like that. Let me see. 41. Kick, I don't get that much. But you guys got pretty good odds. Pretty good odds to win a 50K funded account. And I'll throw that banner up one more time, only because the sale's going away tomorrow. We got Top 1 Futures with 55% off of their Straight to Sim Funded Pro, which is the harder intraday trailing drawdown account, and the Elite Challenges, and 35% off of everything else, the instant funded accounts. Deal goes away tomorrow. It's going to drop off after that. That's the best deal you're going to get as far as better than the email, better than the promotion, better than the Discord. Code RDF is going to do it for you. So links in the chat if you want to check that out. All right, where do we go from here? Do we just continue knifing higher? Kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it. But I'm gonna go for some tighter plays on this bad boy. I still am ready to hit the short button, believe it or not. I just don't see this thing as a continued drive higher. There's just not much up there for it to go and grab. But my plays are going to be tighter. I'm going to be looking for stuff like this. Things like that. Much tighter. That's going to be my game plan. Get some quick stop outs, some quick take profits, get some more action going so we don't just get caught in hour-long drifting trades. Let's see. Watching this price action start to form, it's been just really clean to the upside, obviously, after this consolidation off of this 3 a.m. time frame. I think we wick lower. I still think we wick lower, which is why I was short twice. I'm attempting not to hit the short button again, but whatever I do is going to be playing out much quicker. So we'll get some quicker take profit, quicker stop loss trades going. Again, just really slow moving market as far as the London session, something that I got to get more used to. Yeah, we're gonna sell off harshly after we came up and wicked me out. That's what we're gonna do. That's what it's gonna look like for me. Just watching price action up here. Getting ready to take some scalpier trades. See if we can't get a little bit tighter. Start small, start to build something here.
Order filled. Order filled.
This is going to be the play. Much, much tighter. I'm going to start to go for some stuff like this. Much, much tighter. Let's see. Let's see. Playing off a little bit of liquidity there that we just came into off the 38s. Let's see if we can't go and put a lower wick in on this candle to the downside here. While running a stop pretty tight just above this high. We have to crack to the upside. I think I'm wrong on this one. Wouldn't mind something like that to the downside, back to the low end of this area consolidation. Let's test out the ooh, there's my snap to break even with
Order filled.
ooh, there's some slippage on Top Step. Excuse me, on Project X. Damn, you guys see that one? Had a stop, $10 in profit. Quick slippage here for London session. Interesting, interesting. I don't love that. I got my positive slippage and now I got some negative slippage. But I'm gonna play with this. I'm gonna play with my my hotkeys here and get a little more comfortable. Still drifting higher. Still continuing to push higher. That looks like some consolidation. Yeah, I think 2350s would be the next 23,050s would be the next area that I really would potentially look forward aggressively. In between here and there, I would just go for some quick scalpy stuff like I'm doing right now. I want to trade this. I want to trade this with a couple more trades just to see what slippage looks like. That was pretty quick movement. Still driving to the upside here. Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious with for this Project X. So I usually don't get slippage like that. All right, ready? Check this out. I got to do some tests on this account. So this could go poorly quickly, but let's see what marketing in looks like, right? We're trading 41.5. Let's see if we don't do it on some fast movement. Okay, we're trading 41.5.
Order filled.
Okay, that put me in at 41. That's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and just get out of this so I can play with it again. See if we can get a little dip lower so I don't have to take an L. Okay, so let's go stop loss at plus $10. Ooh, actually just wicked past it as I was dropping it, and it didn't fill me. I'm at negative 27, so let's see what this fills me at.
Order filled.
Yeah, that slipped me also. Oh no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Sorry, that was spot on. That was spot on. Hmm. All right, let's go. Let's go limit order here. So now I want to test it with you guys live. Ready? Let's do. One second. I don't want to be. Okay, 41 and a quarter. Let's see what that fill looks like. We should get filled right at 41 and a quarter. Ah, well, it's gonna sell off now before me, but here, let's see if we can get a fill here.
Order filled.
Okay, fill right on with a limit order. Not bad, not bad. 41 and a quarter. Interesting, interesting. That was a lot of slippage today. I know it's lower volume, lower volatility times of the morning, um, but I don't love a whole lot of I mean, positive slippage is cool, but I don't love a whole lot of positive or negative slippage at all. Um, not going to be great to deal with. I hear a lot of people complain about it. For me, I really haven't seen too much of it with Project X, um, but that was an example of it for sure.
Order filled.
Let's see what this one does for me. I'm honestly just really curious about slippage right now, guys. Let's do a round number.
Order filled.
Yeah, that's not bad. At 40. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. Shouldn't be less on low volume. See how we got like a physical gap in the chart here, Raj? During like low volume times like this morning, for London, sometimes spreads can kind of widen out, and when you do get faster movements, there's just not a lot of transactions going on, so you could get slipped more theoretically, but as a whole in the futures market for ES and NQ, I don't think there should be that much slippage. Project X is awful. I like the tools that are on it, but I like the tools that are on it, but that's interesting. Would you consider flip buys? Yeah, I should just be hitting the buy button instead of the sell button. You can see the price the way we've been moving all morning. But now this really piqued my curiosity, and I want to see if I can get slipped again and how bad it would be. Let's look. Let's look at Bookmap. Yeah, north to the 50s. I'm going for more of this price action scalping movement, but for right now, I'm really curious about this slippage.
Order filled. Order filled.
Yeah, it's filling right on par. Oof. Oof.
Order filled.
Nice. Finally got something that played in my direction. Yeah, so it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. So I feel like it's worth on MNQ. Yeah, so I got positively slipped on that second stop. W finally, right? Holy shit, guys. um sorry, I didn't mean to get too focused in on the slippage, but I I usually just don't see that. I hear people complain about it all the time on Project X. I really do. I hear people always say the fills are terrible, the slippage is terrible, and I typically trade ES during NYSE sessions, so that's my experience with it, and it just usually fills me fine. It's just kind of dead on. I got positively slipped almost 750 bucks on the first stop, which worked in my favor that time, but that does tell me like the fill was way off. Now, it was a crazy, wick higher as a move higher, so that does happen during quickly, moving markets, but that second one was like 4 ticks or something, 4 or 5 ticks. Like that probably shouldn't be that far away. Again, we have a little bit of a spread that widens out, I think, during somewhat, slow moving, non volatile markets, maybe like 2 to 3 ticks. Um, but I think a stop order or a limit order should be, or a market order should be decent. Not a limit order, but a market order should be decent. Um, anyway, it's targets to limit orders. Yeah. Technically, there's more slippage on stops because stops are market orders. Yes, correct, right? Order becomes a market order when price touches your stop. Targets are limit orders. So in general, if there's slippage, it's more likely to be favorable on targets and unfavorable on stops. Yeah. Yep. Understood for sure. Um, as a whole in the futures market, I've just gotten so used to like really tight spreads and these really accurate fills. And again, I've just heard a lot of people complain about it on Project X, and I've been the person to say like I don't see any of that crap. So this is kind of just the first I've been like, ooh, we're not really spot on with our fills this morning. Um, but again, lower moving, so a lower volatility, lower volume market, and then you get a fast movement like that, you can get slipped anywhere, right? Um, but yeah, not that bad. Again, I see a lot of people complain about it. For me, I like Project X. I like the TradingView platform. I like the TradingView chart. I like the functionality, right? The tools that I'm using right now. You have so many different little things. A couple things I don't like. I wish we had custom bracket orders. I wish we had automated break even plus an offset. Some things like that, right? Just more automated trade management, which I just don't know why they don't make. But no complaints overall. But the biggest complaint that I hear people talk about is the fills, slippage, and they seem to defend it. And I don't ever see too much of a problem with it, but we'll have to find out. We'll be trading London more and see how it goes. Yeah, so was getting a little zoomed in there, scalping some price action. I think if we do drop, the larger movement could be from up here all the way back here, but that's really not the movement that I want to be trading. I want to be trading these small price action movements in between. Um, Carried a short bias all morning, or just hit the sell button all morning. When hitting the buy button probably would have worked out very nicely at any point up until right now.
Order filled.
I think we're gonna come right back down and fill that gap. That's a quick short back down for a little gap fill to the downside. Again, I've been hitting the short button all morning. It hasn't been paying me, and I'm continuing to hit it, which I recognize. But sue me, guys. That's what I say. What platform are you using? This is Project X with Top One Futures. This is a prop firm trading a 50K funded account, instant funded account with them, and using the Project X platform. That is what we're on right now. You wanted to see an immediate reaction on that, and I'm not getting that at all, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get a little wick down, but that popped right back up. Zooming in on order flow over here to the right-hand side, 42, 43s, 37 and a half's got a little bit at it, so just move take profit up just a little bit, but I don't know that we wick back down or we get another pop to the upside. Oh, shit. Guys, I'll be right back. Hang tight, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Back in action here. My bad. My bad, team. My bad. Yeah, I'm just getting cooked this morning. That's what I got for London session. Just not a whole lot of motion. Short the market all morning, which is just the wrong bias to be carrying. Scalping some price action here, but just completely wrong bias the entire morning. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to end red across 3. Not a whole lot red. This one, if I take the L, it'll be a couple $100. But down morning for me, what this one's going to look like for London. Again, starting this with pretty low expectations, like I've talked about when I hopped on. Nothing crazy, right? As I haven't been trading it heavy for a long period of time. But this morning's review is going to be why do we hit the sell button so many damn times? Scalping off the lows for pushes higher, even in consolidation, would have played pretty nicely. Down here, paid nice. First trade was a long, first one that won. Now it's just been continuing to try to press for a reversal, and we're not getting that all morning. So this looks like the final stop, and that'll be my morning, because I'm not going to keep pushing it in this account, even though we're trading with pretty light risk, right? Moving a couple $100 or a couple hundred bucks in profit or loss, that type of deal. Trading blind use order flow like Sierra. Yeah, let me show you what I got going on, brother. We got bookmap rolling over here on the right-hand side. Yeah, there's my stop. Order flow. This is the order flow that I have rolling on the right-hand side, bookmap. Sierra charts is pretty cool if you want to use Sierra charts, but I run bookmap over on the right-hand side. Yep. But yeah, here comes a nice little wick lower. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it on that one. Unfortunately, just back and forth for red trades on the short side, carrying the wrong bias this morning for sure. Fun session hanging out with you guys. Fun session chatting. Unfortunately, red, but that's part of it. I'll hop on here, take trades directly from my platform, show you executions, show you wins and losses, no hiding behind a screen or anything like that. And this one was fairly ugly. Again, risk managed well. Let's see, what's the total here? Yeah, just over 400 in 2 accounts, and 110 on this last one. So nothing crazy, right? Nothing that's let me come back over to show you that last stop. Nothing crazy, nothing that's going to move the needle too far against me, but there we go. But part of the game. Unfortunately, aggressive wick up, and then looks like some selling pressure. But the review here for me is gonna be pretty simple. Just stop hitting the sell button in a trend to the upside if we're just slowly grinding higher for London. But gain some experience, learn what you learn, and review, adapt, move on to the next one. So in any event, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. 9:30 a.m. I'm back live for NYSE session. We'll see what we can do on ES. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. Hit like, hit subscribe if you enjoyed me taking some L's this morning. Feel free to check out Top 1 Futures, who are 55% off for the Elite and the Straight to Sim Funded Pro, and 35% off for their instant funded stuff. We got account giveaways coming up at 9:30 a.m. Might want to hop on the stream for that one, but totally up to you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Hope you have an awesome rest of the day, rest of the morning, rest of the afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a recommendation or suggestion to do anything at all. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, and others. Talk to you guys soon. Hope you have a great rest of the day.